Yesterday, you might remember, INDIA alliance members met right here in Delhi. And we're learning right now of an incident that reportedly took place at the meeting. We're going to bring you details about it right now. But these are the key details we have with us right now. Reportedly, the Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar made a sharp comment. This is after the DMK Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, that is MK Stalin, made a remark about a document in the meeting. So this is exactly what happened. There was a request from DMK leaders. They asked, MK Stalin in particular, asked along with the MP TR Balu to translate the speech that he had to English. There was a speech that was made. There was then a further request made by MK Stalin that please translate this speech into English. Now, RJD MP jumped in, Manoj Jha, he jumped in. He volunteered to translate, but it's at that point, reportedly, that the JDU Chief Minister, and we're pointing out the parties here because the JDU, the RJD, they're in alliance in Bihar. The JDU Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar, at that point, stepped in. He suggested that leaders from the South should learn Hindi. He actually directed the RJD MP not to refrain from translating. Now, obviously, this is a breakdown of the incident, but we'll have a reporter join us to tell us about the mood, whether this was said in jest, whether this was indeed a moment of aggression between the leaders. We'll take a look at that. But remember, parts of this news aren't entirely surprising. Nitish Kumar, the Bihar Chief Minister, has at various different points voiced his displeasure with the usage of English within his own state. There was, for example, an incident right in September, 27 September, in fact, when he voiced his displeasure over the signboard of a government school's library bearing the inscription in English. So we know that, but in a national sense, the fact that this took place, let's go over to our colleague Shireen to understand more. So Shireen, a few particular questions to you. A, can you just highlight for our audiences, what was the tone of this confrontation? Was there indeed aggression? Was it done in jest? Tell us that first, please.
Well, I spoke to at least 3 leaders who were present in the India Alliance meeting yesterday. All of them said one thing, that there was something that Nitish Kumar was disappointed about. He was miffed throughout the meeting. He was, in fact, a bit aggressive. And this was the instance where he snapped back at the DMK leaders, where TR Balu insisted Manoj Jha to translate the speech that has been given by Nitish Kumar in English. To which he said that Hindi हमारी मातृभाषा है और इसको समझना चाहिए, इसको पढ़ना चाहिए. So this was of course not taken well by the DMK, but there was no response by DMK. They didn't really snap back at him. All the leaders, in fact, have been, all these 3 leaders I spoke to have been saying that he was generally, Nitish Kumar was irritated about something, and this instance is where he snapped back at DMK, but DMK really didn't respond back and really didn't make a big issue out of this. So clearly, it seems that this has been downplayed at the moment, but, saying DMK leaders, in fact, at the moment seems like they didn't protest at all to what Nitish Kumar told them yesterday.
Okay. All right. If I could ask you, Shireen, to stay with us. Our colleague Pallavi is also with us to provide us with more context on this story. Pallavi, our colleague Shireen is saying that according to multiple leaders present at the meeting yesterday, the Bihar Chief Minister was upset, but he was clearly upset about something else, perhaps through the entire meeting. Could you possibly shed any light on what he may have been upset about, if that's something that's commonly known, especially because unity is such a big theme in the INDIA alliance, coming from across India is such a big theme in the alliance itself. What light can you shed here, please, Pallavi, in terms of context?
Tuya, there's no denying the fact that things have not really been picture perfect between Nitish Kumar and, say, the Congress party or the RJD. And there have often been a lot of speculation whether all is well or not, and something which the BJP has also tried to use it to its advantage. Well, what we realize from the sources which have come out from India, the India Front meeting, multiple developments take place. And just to add on to what Shireen was also saying, the entire issue, normally whenever Nitish Kumar or anyone gives a speech in Hindi, it is simultaneously translated immediately by usually Manoj Jha of the RJD. Yesterday there was a paucity of time. That is the explanation which is being offered into why the simultaneous translation was not taking place, and that's where a point of order was made in by TR Balu, where he said, we don't understand Hindi, can you do it in English? I think it was at that point of time when Nitish Kumar snapped back to say that we are Hindustani, we are Hindustan, and why should we not understand Hindi? वो हमारी मातृभाषा भी है. Clearly the north-south difference also comes across. Remember, there is this narrative, and this is something we asked Mamata Banerjee also day before at her press conference, when we raised the question about the Congress talking about South and how Congress is now largely emerging as a South party. She said we cannot look ourselves only as a North or South party. North also equally matters. A large chunk of the constituents of the India alliance actually comes in from the North, and with a substantial number of seats in the states where they come in from. To give you an example of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. So therefore, in terms of total calculation, these seats matter, and therefore politicians like an Akhilesh Yadav or a Nitish Kumar would not be comfortable with a narrative which may be pushed by Congress or by the DMK. The South should matter more than North. And I think Nitish Kumar was also playing to the gallery or to his constituency when perhaps possibly in a off mood he mentioned this. However, when we do speak to other members who were present there, they of course downplay the entire incident, that it should not be seen as a sign of acrimony. But this is something which the BJP is bound to use. In fact, they've already started to use to point out the fact that there is a difference of opinion, and whether the India Front is going to look more and more like a South party if the Congress has an upper hand.
Pallavi, can you just list out for our audiences, since the announcement of this alliance, so taking our audiences quite a few months back, who are the leaders who've made particularly acerbic statements towards the Congress? Where has the aggression lied, if we were to just look at all of the INDI members?
Well, I mean, it was briefly touched upon the electoral performance by the Congress party in the 3 states, which saw a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress party. Of course, there's a sense of discomfort. The fact that Akhilesh Yadav is not too happy because of the treatment meted out to his party in Madhya Pradesh also is something which Mamata Banerjee and many others very gently tried to tell the Congress party. And in fact, more than what happened inside, outside also Mamata Banerjee, for example, has often made the point that everyone is important and everyone must be given that kind of importance, and Congress should no longer behave in the days of 2004 or 2009. Okay.